No reason why it can't be more. There's Can in the background, a man we know very well.
He's our alcoholic spirit animal.
Yes.
I don't want to go home, Ken.
Well, here we go then. It will be Flipside starting on the T side here. They've got 4 sets of armor. Little bunny hop to kick things off. Actually got Waylander to the back of the pack.
Yeah.
And he's got body armor, his teammate Blade. No smoke, but they have got 2 flashbangs and a Molotov. This will be a full commitment towards B. So you can see some aggression here from Sound, trying to do what he can, but going to be locked down surely.
And going toward B, they might find Sound, but there's 2 other players. One of them is Argency on Catwalk, and the second is inside of the site in HSK, who's waiting. So they do have decent presence already here. A little bit late to go for the bomb planter. Waylander gets that down, or rather, excuse me, World Edit gets that down and moves over, but HSK firing toward the Catwalk is able to take down World Edit as he crosses into his crosshair placement. It's still Flipside, though, getting all of the kills, and Blade will follow this out. Pretty straightforward. B execution, straight in, straight down, get the plants, and that's nice to see World Edit wearing something to give his wrist a little bit more support. We know that's been an issue for a number of players this year.
Absolutely. Well, that was a pretty interesting position from Sound especially. He's left himself in that scenario where he has to hit every shot. He's got no exit strategy at that point. He doesn't have any cover to kind of jiggle peek around with. He actually is fully committed. Misses that first shot, and there's 5 terrorists waiting for him. As soon as he goes down, that opens up the B bomb site tremendously, and they go in plant. And we saw HSK. He could have actually sought that plant as well. Decided not to, which, considering you have the man disadvantage, surely you want to take every advantage you can get. But here we go then. It's going to be a force fight on the second round. We've got Sound once again. He actually will be pushing towards short this time with the 5-7. The scout in the hands of HSK. Let's see whether he can actually make it sing and get a couple of opening kills here. But so far, quite a lot of aggression from the CTs here. Finding a kill to open things up and then making it 3. That's remarkable work. And now they actually have a 4-on-2 situation.
Huge, huge start to this game. We'll have to see if, remember we talked about yesterday that sort of Eastern meta, that isolated meta where they're not constantly evolving and countering all of the same teams, where we saw that really aggressive catwalk style. 2 players at least, sometimes 3 working up cat to take mid control away. Obviously speaking about Tai Lu against Na'Vi. So we'll see if that's a thing in general in the Asian scene, if that's something that is developed, because if they do the same thing here, MVP, although they play against different teams in Korea to practice, we'll know that that's more of a standard over there, and that'd be interesting to watch.
If they do play against the Chinese teams as well, you're always going to play against you're going to play that have a similar play style to your best opposition, right?
Exactly.
That's the kind of mentality you're used to, and you know that works. So that's what you're going to be adopting. So they could have a very similar play style to what we saw from Tai Lu. And so far, it's quite evident from this round. Aggressive towards middle, and Flipside struggling to hold them off, just chipping away at Markelov now. He still has something to do here, but it's going to be the scout that finishes things off. Zin is a player to find him, and somehow the Force find a second round, considering Flipside had the AKs as well. I thought they had the advantage there, but overcommitting and getting themselves into problematic situations. It's the 5-7 to mow them down, the scout to finish things off, and it's going to be 1-1. I'm sure we'll see a force bite from the T's in return. Probably get the tech lines out and try and get the smokes towards the bomb side and see what they can do here. I can see a few upgraded pistols and some smokes purchased as well. I have as much information as you at this point, so I can't be specific, but there it is. Have a low. 2 tech 9s and 2 smokes. Let's see whether a Shara and the only rifle can actually find anything into this round.
Just get with the scout, trying to do what he can. But a win from MVP on a force buy gives them a good chance with guns. Point in cases, Rinda walks around, finds Blade with the AK-47. This will slow them down in that mid attempt. Flipside, 2 players still up behind the boxes. They've got 1 Molotov they could potentially throw toward the window. As I say that, though, it's actually not anywhere near the window. It's in Waylander's hands, who has bomb over toward the B courtyard. Smoke off top connector. He's not spacing out. He's waiting to do exactly that. Quick pop flash, check it, no one there. And Sound will not necessarily isolate himself as he did in the pistol round this time, because he's already crossed back over.
Well, yeah,
he's here again. He likes this position, doesn't he?
This is what we're missing in the pistol round. This position you can face towards B apartments and actually have the opportunity to fall back and wait for rotations before you're actually fully committed. But you got caught in a horrible position in that pistol. 1-1. And it's the force buy from Flipside, making their way towards B, but they have got that man disadvantage. A Molotov and a flash is all they have to work with here. Sound, as long as he gets 1 kill, that's pretty much the round security. He's got backup from Argency as well.
Does have backup, and that's a rifle that Argency has. Spots Dinks. That's good. Oh, he would have thought do enough damage for Sound to clean it up. He does find 1 in Waylander, but Argency will do the rest of the work. Markelov has gone over to his left. He commits to a wide peek right, which leaves him exposed to Shara, who's picked up the Galil to take him down. Bomb plant as well. Good money gained for Flipside. 1 versus 3, though. And Rinda will close it out. So Flipside not able to get the round, but getting a bomb plant down. The question is, do they have enough to force? I don't think they do.
No, they'll take an eco this round. That means they'll have decent economy going into the next. This is a crazy situation if you have to force this round. It's really going to limit yourself going forward. But they are finding kills. Is that Get Right behind them? I think it was.
It's Tom Newman. And
No.
oh, you're right. Get Right's there as well.
He's scouting out the opposition, having a look.
Yeah, why not? He's had some experience in the Asian regions as well.
Yep, for sure.
Has Get Right. Back in the days when they were on board with everything. Hopefully they'll get back to that. Hashtag CSGO to Anders, Asia.
CSGO to Anders. Here is the pretty much fully gear. 4 PT50s, pardon me, and what did it with the Desert Eagle. Should be a pretty simple round here. MVP getting into the swing of things now. They've got the AWP in the hands of HSK and continuing to hold the Galil and UMP as well. Not really much Flipside can do with this unless they burst out the connector and somehow get that first kill and have the snowball effect onto the bomb site. Waylander towards Palace as well, trying to take some attention away from his teammates. Boosting towards short. Hoping they can make something of this. A stray CT to walk into crosshair potentially.
As you can see, still holding this window though. Nade down. Shara will get far enough away, and there's all kinds of objects to block the blast radius. It does mean that watching from window to far, they're going to give up catwalk, or rather, excuse me, connector. But Zine there inside of the site does pick up one. HSK's found the one with the AWP. Late push from Waylander. You would have thought he might have been able to catch off Zine, but he's able to hold true. No, I haven't really seen much on the A site so far. There's been a lot of mid and B presence, but now we're getting into things as guns will be drawn this time, as you say. They just waited it out on the Flipside side. I hate saying that, but that's the way it works. With the bomb plant. Should be a decent amount out. Blade, tactical leader, as they said in the interview, they rely on him. They've got the AWP on World Edit this round as well to go against that of HSK.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the playmakers for this team. It's aggressive round though. I like this from the CT. He's going straight up there. It's going to be Zin. Going towards top middle with the M4A4. Takes down Shara as well. He just wasn't expecting. He actually had a grenade in his hand as well. But World Edit looking to get the frag in return. You have to say, Rinda, what were you kind of hoping to happen there? That smoke down towards lower ramp is a little bit of a 50-50 scenario. Sometimes it has that gap if you're towards the bottom of the steps. You can see the feet that the CT's running around. And Rinda, there's no real reason for him to be standing in that position, but he does get taken down for it. So World Edit opening it up now. We said he'll be important. And he finds 2 kills and gives Flipside here a huge advantage. Zin trying to do what he can towards top middle. Try and find any lurking terrorist players here. Ardency holding the connector.
Holding and waiting for Markolov's presence. Ooh, nearly. When you miss a headshot on the first bullet from an M4, I always wince because we know what it means to have an M4 in that situation against an AK regardless. So it does make up for it. Does take down Markolov. It's going to make this back to 3 versus 3 is sound. No smoke in front of him towards CT, but he's going to wait because look what's going on at Palace right now. Zine's coming back at them, and they're not going to be aware of this at all. They'll get one more kill on Sound as well, and Zine, quick and easy. Waylander right in front, just going to wait to make sure, and assassination. Yep. One-on-one in the end, but good positioning from Zine, who gets his 2nd kill in the round.
Didn't pull the trigger too early. With the M4, like he said, if you do miss that first headshot and he gets away from you, AK is going to have that one-shot potential as he turns around. So he wanted to make sure it was a guaranteed kill before he jumped out of Palace there. So nice work from Zine to finish things off. And MVP getting a significant lead here, 4-1. And it's another eco for Flipside as well. So they're feeling the pressure a little bit here. Seems like MVP have turned up to play today after a very disappointing game against G2. This is very promising. As we go into round number 6, it's going to be Tech 9s and PT50s for the terrorists once again towards B, but only one flashbang in their hand. It's going to be another round just hoping that the CT makes a mistake. It's a big grenade coming in. World Edit takes the brunt of it.
Speak about as well this map choice for Flipside. They know Mirage extremely well, but MVP certainly showing it, like you say, this hard aggression. We haven't seen the same pressure towards mid from Ty Lu's side of things, but this round looking good for Flipside as well as they get one gun. Markolov's going to find that in behind the van. 3 versus 3 bomb down already. No flank potential coming in, at least in a surprising fashion, as Rinda's already spotted by Shara. Takes him down as well. That's another gun grab. So it's straight up brawl at this point in time. Armor on only Shara, so aim punch still a factor for Markolov, but they don't even locate him. He walks back in and finds 2, and they snipe the round away. So well done from Flipside in that sense. When they go back to B. Yes, don't hurt the wrist. Don't slap him hard.
Just a gentle prod. That's all you need.
I'm a fan of the fist bump.
Yeah, why not? More hygienic.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, that's actually a massive round for Flipside to win. That was just PT50s and a Deagle. They managed to swarm the B player there towards Van. He couldn't get a single kill. He needed 1 in that situation at least. But it doesn't happen, and Flipside just pepper them down with the PT50s and manage to win the round. Markle finishing things off with the M4A4 has actually brought MVP to a full eco here as well. But Zine, okay, 5-7, double headshot. He manages to pick up an AK as well. This is pretty massive. 5-on-3, a blunder from Flipside.
He is wrecking them in Palace. That is so smart and calculated. Just gets in the angle, and then, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due to the accuracy as well. It's not like the play itself was beyond control, but that is the issue with it. He still stays extended in that Palace position. Sure, trying to hold off a perimeter for the A site potentially, but he loses the AK now to World Edit.
Potentially wanted to throw one of those AKs down and fall back, right? That would have been the ideal play.
Rinda, this is pulling a tiger by the tail to take a pop shot with a 5-7 at an AWP at that range.
I think he just spotted him, so at least he got some information for his teammates. Actually going towards the B. Okay, so he's holding the B apartments for the rotations to come in. He's thinking, okay, if they come back towards C-Spot, do something about this. There's a headshot, though, from Sound. Shara takes him down. So it's still contention for the round for the CTs, but they only have the 5-7s to work with now. Yeah,
and Renda's not moving yet. He's still not leaving that apartment spot at B. World Edit's still looking for him as well. They slow things down. They don't want to lose any more guns on Flipside's approach.
The thing is, they don't actually know where the CTs are at all, so they're just hunting for information at this point. Don't want to commit to the plant. That's still down at A ramp, and it's going to be Rinda rotating towards connector. He could do some damage here.
Making a lot of noise, though. I'm sure he's been heard. Waylander's had to have heard him. He's just staring this down. Oh, okay, but misses the reaction time. He gets knocked out, and Rinda's going to take the shot on his shot. He turns back around. It's Waylander out. These 5-7s from the Koreans are wreaking havoc as HSK will steal the round, and that is so impressive. I mean, especially after they bring it back to a 3-on-3. They have the site, and somehow they still find the kills at MVP. That's brilliant.
That killer connector, I thought he had him dead to rights. Somehow he comes in and gets the advantage of the 5-7. Headshots him, stays alive, and gets 2 in return. And you have to say that was Zine opened things up. What an opening play that was. For me, why the terrorists walking out to that kind of choke point? You know the eco. It's so tight there. Like, why would you even risk it? Surely you want to do a default towards middle, keep everything long range. That's such a risk walking out with no flashbangs or anything. Actually, it was great play from Zine, like you pointed out, but still, that's an unnecessary risk that Flipside took into that situation, I have to say. And go into round number 8, and this is a back and forth affair so far. Flipside do have enough to purchase into this round. There'll be a Tech 9 though in the hand of Blade. AWP for World Edit though, that's important. Very impactful AWP if he does get rolling. Another confidence player, I'd say. He has had some real shocker of games, but also had some very big ones as well. E-League come to mind against Echo Fox.
2 teams yesterday got 16-3'd. MVP was one of them. Dignitas was the other. Dignitas improved on that today, obviously. They've got 16 rounds and knocked out Hellraisers, the other CIS team. This time it's Flipside, who's up against MVP, who've already achieved more rounds than yesterday. So both teams turning things around, and this is actually quite impressive. We're not seeing, again, I have to point this out because we kind of speculated there might be. We're not seeing the cat aggression from the CT team. They're far more passive.
This is quite a standard setup, really. You can see it's a 2-1-2 on the minimap right now. Not going for those initial picks. I guess that's what Flipside were probably slowing their game down for. They want to see if that's a possibility. They saw it from Tyloo. That's just going over speculative, though. I guess that's to give World Edit some vision towards that CT spawn ticket booth and see if he can actually get that pick. Not going to be a case this time. HSK will actually be AWPing towards CT spawn, not aggressive, though. So 30 seconds remaining. No utility rule left or Flipside. Just a Molotov, that's it. As boosting up towards the window, but Rinda, I was about to say, that looked like an easy kill for him, but Shara coming out on top.
He should have stuck to the 5-7, maybe. I mean, I guess what goes around comes around. He misses out this time. They've got window control. Zine. Shot coming through. That was actually his teammate shooting at Blade. Couldn't find it, but he's trying to deny this. They've gone for the default plant. He'll find it in the post, but that leaves him in the open.
That could have been it.
Yeah, well, if he found him on the inside of the box, I'd say certainly.
Yeah,
but
considering the time left and how spread out the T's were, I think there was like 8 seconds that he planted that. Had he found that bomb going down, that could have been the round brought back into favor of MVP, but not going to happen. Like you said, the plant was good for the T sides, and it's going to be Sound trying to dent the economy by the looks of things. It has been a very back and forth game. He knows if he can take 1 or 2 down, maybe there's a chance of him breaking the economy. Shara dead first, knife out, and they're trying to exit here. They know where he is. At this point, he's just trying to keep them with the bomb, get them a little bit worried. They know it's not a possibility. He can actually defuse now. Waylander, though, finishes things off. A headshot towards the A ramp, and he'll have Andres Peach. He'll be surviving that easily. Here's a replay for you. What have we got? Here's the 5-7 play.
Oh,
it's
lovely.
Like, it's just, what are you trying to achieve by just walking out of Palace like that? You know it's a full eco. You've reset the economy. Surely just slow things right down, go towards mid, have one person holding Palace for the flanks.
As well, to the point that Paul made, I just want to quickly touch on it. People saying, like, why is a Korean team capable of getting a 16-team tournament spot? Is that fair? 3 Asian teams here. Keep in mind, this tournament was originally scheduled to be in China.
Yep.
So that's why there's a lot of representation in that sense. But like Yanko said, and I echo it, it's very good to give these guys the opportunity. We want to make this game global. We've got to give them a chance on the other soil. I mentioned all kinds of teams that have done that with success. Argency trying to spot over toward the apartments. He'll fade back inside of the B site slightly, as this time they try something very different on the CT side. And you know what? It isn't the worst idea in the world. They're going to isolate one player toward Palace in doing this, which Waylander could actually call his teammates back if he doesn't see anything and they can't find anything over at B. If they go through connector, that's their best chance of actually catching Rinda off. But they're getting closer to this flank potential, at the top of mid right now. They're already a horseshoe.
The problem is they haven't really got much firepower to do anything about this when they spot them. So well done. It should be going down.
He needs to take the shot now. Well done. Blade, he nearly prevents that. If he had waited a second longer, Blade would have silenced that whole thing. But they find kills. In fact, 3 of them. They make it work perfectly. The AWP player was a sitting duck in Argency. Tight angle again, these pistols. They're taking chances, and with a little bit of luck, I have to say, it's working. I mean, how often are you going to get 3 players toward T-spawn like that and just a gamble of walking out?
This is Flipside, though. Once again, up against the pistols, not covering the basics. They're not doing defaults here. They're not holding up for a set amount of time. They're so focused on getting towards short and taking such a long time about it as well. They've let middle be fully exposed behind them. A ramp, 3 players. It's a great read from MVP, sure, but it's another blunder from Flipside. You have to say, so many mistakes coming in these anti-ecos. Just at the Waylander now, 15 seconds, has to make a ton of noise. He's got players to find and not going to be looking in the key position, so he should be going down here. There it is, Sign. Finishes things off. And Matt, this is going to be tilting Flipside. Every single time you see Blade's not happy, you can see it on the camera right now. Just trying to work out what in God's name just happened there. How are they getting in these positions with no one actually being aware whatsoever?
Look at Blade. I just want to put, he was so close to seeing him, but he was looking at Catwalk and had a nade drawn. So even by the time he reacted, he couldn't get his gun out in time.
Yeah, crazy rounds. That's 2 now for MVP, 2 full ecos that are working out for them. And that's actually broken the economy of Flipside. If they go up to lose this game, you can probably work out why these anti-eco defense from theirs has been pretty abysmal, but HSK opening things up, looking to convert this to a nice clean round. It's going to be 2 kills for HSK to kick things off. And
we saw what happened yesterday with Tyloo when they gave away rounds that they shouldn't. They ended up falling just short to Heroic in the end. They could have qualified for the playoffs already. This time around, it's Flipside giving away rounds that they shouldn't. That MVP's capitalizing 6-3, and this time pistols out. They're just going to get taken down. All 5 stay alive. They build up the bank on the MVP side, and I want to see. I mean, first things first. Roles and obligations. A better default. Cover off those holes that they're leaving, and then try and isolate them from there.
Just play a standard game. That would be fine. Like, there's quite an easy way to actually approach this map. You play the default that everyone does at the start of the round, especially in these anti-ecos. You work out where the stacks are, you get some bits of information, don't overcommit, see what weaponry you've got, see if you can work out where the stack is, and you stay together as 5-man unit, watching your backs as well, and then you can't really lose those situations, especially against PT50s, but aggressive play from MVP this time. They get the first 2 kills. We're starting to see a little bit more dynamic play from them this time. They've got the man advantage. Sound is actually pushing in.
Wow.
And finds another kill, so lovely stuff from him. 4-on-2, and this is going from bad to worse for Flipside.
Yep. And a very good change of pace from MVP in this round. Like you said, getting more dynamic. Flipside, clearly, we saw Blade getting frustrated on that that eco, I guess, anti-eco for their perspective, but that eco loss that they had. And you think then that's when he starts to say, all right, guys, slow down. Let's get this right. Let's watch. And then MVP just comes at them like that. I mean, that's impressive. 2 kills right away. They lose 1 in lower on a trade, but it doesn't matter. Sound walks up and finds Markelov.
Yeah, this is, as the analyst said, Flipside was so much to lose here.
And they said it. I mean, Shara, did you counter-strat? No, we're relying on Blade.
Yeah, but this is like they lose this game going on the groups on home soil. They'll be so disappointed at this. MVP Project, definitely the underdogs in this tournament, proving that they have got something in the tag left. Actually getting to get the 8th front of the board as well. Still something to work with there for Flipside. 4-on-2. They've got control of connector. Going to be smoking off towards the bomb side, it seems. It's going to be difficult move for them to actually get any further with this. They move towards the steps area. Decent Molotov towards Shadow. Actually could get him a kill on Rinda.
He's gone up the ladder, though. That's the smart way out of it, rather than exposing himself. And he does it at late enough time that Waylander doesn't think he's there. Makes it easy for Shara to trade it, sure, but he's now in a 1 versus 3. 14 seconds. Has to grab bomb and try and commit to this. Quick shot towards CT. HSK just stays alive. Doesn't need to overcommit. He's going to try and plant next to the box. They're already walling through it, and HSK does all the work himself.
Take a pause, Flipside. Let's work out what's going on here. You can see they've got their heads in their hands right now. I guess at this point it's a full EK. Probably take the pause next round if they lose this. It's just getting a bit scary for them. The money's starting to swell for MVP as well. Actually getting to the point they've got the double AWP set up. AK in the hand of Ardency as well. It's looking very promising for them. Their money's at a decent position. Another buy and then some in reserve. This one should actually boost that as well, considering it's up against a full eco. But it's getting pretty problematic. Remember as well, Flipside won the pistol here.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And ecoed right away. We haven't seen many second-round ecos yet this tournament, but we got one today.
The only other round they won as well was that eco they did a rush to B. So they've actually only picked up one gun round so far. Yeah,
very good point. And this is a team that formerly was known, especially back toward the simple days, as a T-sided team with Blade at the helm. And they're not, on this map especially, this map in Cobblestone, and they're not showing anything. So see what they can come up with. Argency, same position that we saw Sound playing early on in the game. He's going to try and pop out late with that AK, but Rinda just holds off against the connector. They give up mid entirely. It's the complete opposite approach that we saw yesterday. A 3-2 split with 3 in the A side, and HSK, he's moved that up all the way from CT spawn out to catch one on connector. And the second AWP still waiting over in Sound's hands on catwalk. Argency finds Markelov. That lets Sound focus just on the front of the site, and straightforward, another 5-man sweep.
They look exasperated, Flipside. You can see, you look at Waylander's face. It looks like he's completely removed from this game. They're not hyped up at all. They're not fired up. They don't really want this victory by the looks of things.
They said in the interview, Sound, we're not just another team. We've been working extremely hard, and we want to show our best. Obviously, yesterday, that didn't happen, and they themselves were very disappointed with it, but today they're showing better.
Double orb setup. We said World Edit was important with his AWP. He's not going to have that as an option this time. HSK been finding some very influential picks at the start of each round, and he'll be aggressive towards the window for now. Smoked out, I think, but they're throwing incendiaries towards those box areas, not allowing the T's to cross over. That's good information gathered, at least. You know there's no one going to be there. And when the smoke dissipates, you don't have to watch that area. You know that's clear.
Yeah, it's quite clever, actually, to counter Molotov that. Rinda's going to hold for Zine to get up in the corner. Bait him in as well. He's staying in the open. He's taking these fights. He's got confidence. We've seen him win with 5-7s. He's got an M4 this time. Does quick glance over to make sure that smoke's not gone on top of Palace, because if it goes and he's not careful of it, he could be picked off by Waylander. Argency needs to be a little careful not to make too much noise on that bench, because he does still have Markelov waiting at the top of the stairwell. I'm not 100% sure if he was hurt or not, but Rinda goes down to Shara far too easily. He won't be able to bait in on that. And Zine,
I like this.
I do like this response. Is it sit there and gamble that he's not going to look, or try and find the kill yourself? Well, guess what? Too easy.
Well then, Shara thought he had complete control of that situation, but it's a good reaction from the CTZ. 4-on-4, they start that double orb setup here. It's going to be the utility thrown into the A side here. Markelov in towards connector as well, making the next move, but it's a CT or position that could be influential here.
Shot from Blade. Yeah, very good shot from Blade. HSK going down. It leaves Zine out toward A-main. They know he's there. They've got to find the kill, though. Sound does get one on Waylander. Bomb going down to the default. A-main, it's open. It's a lineup. It's going to be a shot from Zine, and the AWP Sound, he can't hit it. It's crossed over. It gives Markelov a chance for the plant. There is another flank coming in from T-Spawn. Sound just needs to stay alive. He's done a little more than that. We'll let it goes down to 16. That could have been absolutely awkward, but Argency's timing a double flank. Markelov spots it, looks it, but can't find the kill. It's on to World Edit. 16 HP bomb planted just to the left in front of him. Yep, exactly. One and not only one, two. If you put it on connector, he's ran out of ammo. They're gonna go for the defuse while he's reloading. He's got it. World Edit. That's lovely. Just gets it before the first smoke blooms. And the reload nearly costs him, but he'll grab the AWP, and Flipside somehow pull that round back.
Whoa, that was so scary. Touch and go for both teams. I saw the two smokes. I thought the CTs had nailed that, but the player towards CT spawn, he overexposes before that smoke blooms and gives a chance to actually finish that round off. Could have gone either way for sure. The full defuse comes in. I think that was the right call, considering the situation. But there it is. Flipside finally find their second gun round here. Brings the scoreline to 9-4. But still, Flipside in a precarious situation. If they lose this, almost guaranteed to lose the last round. It'll be a full reset. But what did it back on towards that AWP? Round number 14, coming to the closing sectors here of the first half. And a bumpy ride for Flipside. I don't think anyone expected this kind of scoreline. I thought they were going to run away with this. Still, if they can pick up these last two rounds, they're right back into it. A 9-6 half is still anyone's game, really. 11-4 on the other hand, though. That's pretty convincing.
Sure, I'm missing the smoke.
A lot of missed smokes this week. And that's fun. It's probably one of those standard smokes from top of middle. Like there are some lineups to do it every time, and you can see he was trying to utilize one of them. Just completely fluffs it though.
There's the second one. That one won't fluff, but it means more utility spent just to take middle. Not even a sight yet. Get this map control, make it work. Sound. AWP over toward Catwalk, the Rinda player down inside of the site. That drops the hands of World Edit. Now Argency's gotten into this ladder room, so they have a double presence at Catwalk. If If you include sound, I said it was AWP. It's not. He's actually swapped it out now because AWP and HSK has gone back to the van instead. Waylander finds Zine. This will open up connector and the A site in its entirety. It's going to have to be a full rotation coming in from MVP on this round 14 after conceding the last to Flipside. It was a reset potential, but they spot Argency in the smoke, and that reset's not looking likely.
Definitely not. 5-on-2 now. It's going to be sound coming from CT spawn. No spot blade, but he'll get the better of him. That's going to be HSK trying to save his AWP at this point. He's actually all the way in towards the B side. So Flipside, very clean round. Actually, 4 players picking up a frag each, and just Markelov is missing out. And they'll probably go on the hunt now. It's going to be last round anyway. Probably worth the risk to try and get HSK off that weapon as he goes towards underpass with the AWP. Pretty safe position considering. But Flipside finding some form at last. And they will find round number 5. I'm not sure how strong the MVP money is going to be. I'm not even going to try and request that scoreboard, but
Don't do it. Mess everything up, Henry.
As usual. Well, HSK can drop an M4 if they have to. Yeah, the money's not fantastic. So Zine doesn't need to drop, but Rinder probably does. The rest of the guys can force with Famasis. So yeah, he drops the M4. HSK, there it is. Exact money to do it.
It's 15 rounds, so they'll spend out anyway. Flip side, though, at 5 rounds, if they can make this 9-6, that's reasonable, considering, like you said, they only had 1 gun round for a while.
Yeah, 9-6 is definitely workable, but for MVP to get double figures in the first.
Through the legs.
Yeah.
Through the wickets.
Absolutely.
He'll never know how close that shot was.
Okay.
HSK, he'll find another one. AWP aggressive as well. Chris J-esque almost toward the Palace position. He used to love making that move.
Well, you can see Reddit saw the gun barrel as well. I thought he had the pre-fire lined up, but gets denied. Man advantage for now towards MVP. Starting to fall back. Not so aggressive this round. You can see Reddit expecting the Palace push. That's going to be Zion once again aggressive towards that area. But the bomb's still down in the B apartments, and Markelov patrolling that area by himself. As Blade comes back, he knows Zion likes to play his position aggressively. It's actually quite a nice off angle for Zion to play. Difficult to anticipate he'll be there.
Zion is...
So 19% right now. Pretty sick half.
Yeah. That is pretty ridiculous, actually. But he's still going to wait inside of that Palace position. They've got so much control of this A site, and they are going back that direction. Flip side, Blade. He's going to have to find this. He's going to have to solve this. He is knowing that there's likely someone still here. Where does he spot? And the crosshair placement's at the kneecaps, not head. That's going to make it easy for the M4. As Zine picks up another. First in this round, but we've seen him win that position so many times. Shara does pull back on Rinda, leaves HSK in the sight, missed shot. Shara's got 2. We're back to a 3 versus 3. They know Zine's in toward Palace. They can potentially just hold him off. They've only got a flash to do so, though, so they will have to confront him straight up in a fight as Argency starts to walk in from jungle. Sound there with him to allow this AWP in better position, but World Edit unsure of the flank. They've seen it so many times, and as he looks that direction, Sound's got the opportunity, but Markelov isn't done with it. They're going to play together, he and Shara. Back towards CT, both on 25. They lined it up, down to a 1-on-1. As Argency does respond against Shara, and Markelov's transferred over to the box. He's low HP, but he gets it through the edge, and Argency, you would have thought, had that fight. It's going to be 9-6.
Problem is he didn't have a kit there in that last minute battle. He had to go all in and try and find the kill. But it's 9-6. Like I said, Flipside definitely in contention for this one. They kind of rectified the mistakes and got back into it towards the end. So Shara stepping up there. One of the unsung heroes, I guess, of Flipside overall, considered to be one of the, I guess, least capable players in terms of fragging power in the pro scene. But he steps up tremendously this game. 17 kills found. And the best players going to be Zion. Great play towards Palace. Very aggressive, finding the frags, especially that round with the 5-7. Couple of full eco wins for MVP there. And I had to say that's more down to the mistakes made by Flipside rather than MVP doing anything really special.
Yeah. I think mistakes are going to haunt them. I mean, if they pull this game back, all credit where credit's due. And Flipside, 6 rounds in a recovery mode. Not the end of the world, but never really had the AWP on World Edit as we look at the world or the op stats. So don't read too much into that, but now if they get this pistol, we go 9-9, and we'll see what MVP is made of. Obviously, free to use whatever peripherals they choose.
Obviously. You can see.
Obviously,
I don't really know much about the MVP org. I assume that's a big Dota sort of organization or something like that.
Dota, they did have a team, for a while, and I think they had a league team. I don't watch league, to be honest. I just don't have time
Those
to do
are
all
the big
that.
games in that region, though, right? So I'd assume that's all they'll be getting.
Well, and StarCraft was,
as well,
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them stepping into CSGO the last year or so.
Yeah, why not? I mean, everywhere you go, just because the region's into one game doesn't mean there's not people that are into FPS, so competition is natural. It lives within us, Henry.
It really does. Well, second half
Except
begins.
for me, I don't compete because I know I'm the best.
You don't even need to justify it.
Nah, I don't need to.
On the flip side, did win the last pistol. Can MVP pick up the second? It's going to be Forces of Armor, a raid boss and HSK as well. No utility. Unless they used a smoke at the very start of the round. I did miss that, but maybe that's what Argency had. He probably dropped a Tech 9 and a smoke, but there it is. Blade gets the initial kill through the smoke. He missed, but it's going to be HSK with the raid boss getting 2 back in return.
Waylander, though, we don't see it, but got 2 of his own, so it pulls it from a 4 versus 3 to a 3 versus 2 in favor of Flipside, and we talked about it, 9-9's potential. Renda, he's trying to get some shots out toward the inside of the site at A, and immediately preemptively falls back to find anyone sitting at window, and World Edit, 15 HP, that would have been enough, potentially, to take him down.
At this point, first objective for MVP, get the bomb down. You can see that's in the hands of Ardency towards the B apartments right now. His teammate Rinder's coming up towards short. They actually maybe got a chance of getting this one down. Shara fully commits from the kitchen area. Now there is a chance to plant. It'll be a safe one at that. Ardency overfacing there. Wants to get a kill. It's aggressive. And this is actually a possibility now.
That's a problem, because Waylander taking urgency down. Rinda thought he could surprise them being close up. Oh, switching the gun. That's it. That's gone.
Bullets.
World Edit was so low, and no bullet pickup. MVP, unfortunately, they get it back to the 2 versus 2. Like you said, they had a chance to try and go for the plant. They decide kills instead. It does not work out, and Flipside pick up a very, very important round.
Yeah. Went for the glory this time and denied the post-plant actual money bonus. And they're going to be force buying in the second, though. That's uncommon. Normally, if you don't get the bomb down on the T-pistol, you're going all in on the next. You're going Tech 9s and trying to do what you can, but an interesting idea here. Nothing purchased on the second at all. Not even a PT-50. 5 Glocks, no nades to speak of, 0 investments.
Well, Blade, he's invested into a FAMAS, and he's making it pay off. Well, that it will take one more from him, and unfortunately that FAMAS is gone, but it doesn't matter. His damage was carried over and then picked up further by World Edit, who will close out the kill in a 9-8. We're getting closer for the Flipside side. MVP. Didn't really get to see much of them yesterday on either half, to be fair, with a 16-3 defeat, so we don't really know what to expect in terms of execution from them. Early buy, though, on what wasn't a bomb plant, even in the pistol.
This is different. I don't think the CCP expecting this at all. They're expecting this to be the redundant round.
Yeah, exactly. Tech 9s to go with the 2 AKs. They got to find the first pick. They have to.
This is an interesting proposition.
Usually you do that if you get the bomb plant down, but now they know. Whoa, hang on, guys. AKs. Whoa, Tech 9s over the top. As Zion gets up close, they've already got connector off. World Edit, he's got an AWP, but he's overwhelmed. He's got to go pistol. He pulls it off. That is a big, big kill as Markelov finds Zion as well. That'll stop the bomb plant temporarily. They just go for it now. And they'll have to use Rinda's flash to hold off any further opposition. Just 2 remaining now, both with AKs. Shara's gone for the flank on the UMP. If they take in Markelov in the window, what a different situation and picture we'd have to paint right now. But Shara, he's going to try and come back around the corner. Rinda's waiting for this bomb planted inside of the site, so A main, not necessarily a prime position to be in, but Shara doesn't know that yet. So he'll check it. He'll consider it. Rinda goes down, and HSK 12 HP.
Good luck.
Any nades? No, but smokes. 3 smokes. 1 towards CT, 1 toward the bomb. Doesn't even matter. Shot through the wall. Shara's got the kill, and the early buy does not, although nearly, does not pay off.
Yeah, it got a bit scary at one point there, but Flipside managed to get back into it. World Edit with the silence USPs. That was the key moment there. Had they taken down the AWP towards jungle, wouldn't have had so much firepower coming back in that situation. On a man down as well. Could have been a very different story, but he steps up, misses the AWP shot, pulls out the USP, nails the armored player there. And it's going to be MVP getting the bomb down here, but 9-9. Flipside had tied things up. He set that 9-6 scoreline. Definitely in contention to take this game, but it's going to be the Eagles, Tech 9s, PT50s. 1 flashbang for MVP going to enter this one. Flipside just looking to keep 5 players alive at this point, start to build their economy. And World Edit's doing just that as he gets the first pick.
Good shot in from Waylander on design. HSK suffers the same fate to Markelov, as does Sound. And Argency, trying not to make a sound, is going to run into Shara, who's been waiting patiently inside of the B apartments. And it's Flipside in the lead. Not just the 9-9 we talked about, but that early buy hinders MVP, and they've now got to play from behind. Remember, Flipside did not use their timeout. As you suggested, they likely should have or could have potentially in the first half, mostly because they did win that eco that they were going on to, but both teams still have it, which could be a drawn-out affair if this starts to go back and forth. Speaking of, it's guns out. HSK on the AWP. World Edit, he's got one as well. Quick shot into the smoke at the top of middle, but no one going to be inside that. They'll cross to the boxes on this as well.
Flipside have taken the lead now. It's a big round for MVP, see if they can tie things up. HSK influential in the first half with the AWP looking to open things up once again. Bomb still down towards T-spawn, but smokes and flashbangs deployed to try and give them some advancement towards middle. Smoke towards short. Actually looking for that first pick here, but the smokes go down and connect, and Blade still can spot them though. The smokes aren't fantastic, and he's going to get the first kill there, and looking for the second, which he gets, but Rinda takes him down in return.
Slightly slow from Rinda. If he could have traded that sooner, would have been a miracle, but it's Markelov that finds him, and it's 4 versus 1 now as Waylander gets Zine. HSK, AWP, into the A site. Might be best to save, but he's committing. He's already in a very tight position, and World Edit staring him down with an AWP of his own. Just misses that first shot, gives HSK a chance, but now he's got to be careful because he exposes himself to the connector, and Shara, he finds him all the way over from Catwalk in doing so. And Flipside now are looking a little more composed.
Yeah, well, they've got the lead back now. There hasn't been any huge blunders in quite a while. And I think they've probably taken the economy down of MVP. Is this a pause coming in?
It finally is, yeah,
I
from
think
MVP this time.
It
So
looks technical, though. They're not discussing. Oh, there's one
it says
person
tactical on the screen.
Oh, yes,
On your right side.
there it is. Little box there coming in. So just discussing their options going forward. This is the World Edit pick from the early in the game. I said that smoke. Okay, there wasn't a gap there, but maybe it's different in each graphic setting, right? We're probably on all high settings.
True.
Here in GoTV.
On our 8-bit GoTV. Zine did show some flair. I mean, it was a very good start from MVP. Passive-aggressive in so many ways, and the pistol rounds in particular were so good. This is the second one. We just saw the first. This is the next. Inside middle, they found 2 more kills. HSK did excellent work that time.
Yeah, the horror show rounds.
Didn't see that.
That is actually pretty cool. That's very rarely works out, but this time Odyssey does land it.
This was a turning point, though. This was a big turning point. Finding this spray after the reload, slight gap in the first smoke, and World Edit just nails it. Knows exactly where the bomb was planted. And now it's MVP playing from behind for the first time in the game. After a timeout, we'll see if they come up with anything different on this T side. We said we hadn't seen much tactical execution from them because in the 16-3 loss yesterday, what can you take away from that? And Zine will start things off by going to Palace. He's the only one over toward A. The other 4 B bias on the map, but 2 of them, to be fair, are more mid as they're in Horseshoe right now with Bomb just waiting for anyone who might get aggressive on the flip side.
Oh,
Side. Oh. Markelov jumps across. If he shot a shot sooner, you were right. It was dead on.
okay then. Well, may I remind you, Matthew, the loser of this game does go home. MVP with a shocker start to the tournament against G2.
It's a lot further for one team to go than the other.
Yeah. Very promising first half for MVP, but yet to actually score around here on the second half. Flips have been very dominant on the CT side, and this round's not looking any better as Sam goes down to 14 HP. One player of Galil as well. No orbs available for the terrorists. And we hit the 1-minute mark as well. They haven't really made a dent in the map in terms of control of the situation.
Peek out. Markelov gets found. HSK. He's taking Shara. That's over in the B apartments. They can go. Get the smoke out. Blade won't be able to spot through that. He's got to rotate early. He's got to try and catch them off. Bombs way back toward Horseshoe, though. So they've got the sight. That's fine. But they need to almost push through a little bit and hold them off and side of the checker room because the Molotov's not enough. Blade's already gone by it, and he might pick up another here as the spray from HSK doesn't connect. It's a 1 versus 1 Blade basically inside of the site, isolating each other. But HSK will find the kill in the end. Oh, World Edit. Thanks very much. Why are they bringing this back? Why is the bomb going to connect her?
I don't know. They've got control of B.
15 seconds. They don't think they have the time to get there. They don't have time. They left it too late. The bomb's too far away. They've got to go. They go to where they are. World Edit was just looking to save the AWP over toward the A site. He's sitting patiently, and now Waylander, he's going to deny this. It's over. That's a round lost. They had the B site completely, and they walk it to A. I don't even think that Flipside can figure that out.
Yeah, that's a nutty round. So they get the full control of the B side. They left the bomb all the way towards T spawn though, so someone had to run back and get it. I still think from the moment they picked up the bomb and they went towards B, it's the same difference, right? They go towards B and they go towards A from that position.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be pretty much exactly the same. They had control. Look,
20 seconds and they're just
HSK
below
still
Cat.
in B.
Okay, the issue is that they're at the. They could have boosted though. They could have boosted up.
No, it's not even that. The bomb was down towards the B apartments, right? So they must have gone underpass.
It went underpass, yeah.
Yeah, so they must have done that by design. But why? They've got control of the B side.
Yeah, that's a good point. They would have gone through apartments from the very beginning. They weren't in middle. Yeah, that blows my mind. You're already in the B side, unless they called that the rotations were already there based on that one duel, which is a very poor call.
HSK was behind the bench, and I don't know. I'd say you got control of the B sites, and there's no contention there at all. You're coming in with numbers.
That's post timeout where everything goes perfectly. Yep. That's your way back into the game, and that's how you lose it. I mean, that Tech-9s to go along with AKs as a result. Smoke out from B side to window, pretty straightforward. Gives Sound a bit more opportunity to try and find a pick as Render's going to rotate back from the underpass bomb, this time toward T-spawn. Let's go back and get it early, guys. Urgency's already there, with a Zeus as well. It's a good thing Rushley's not here.
True.
That's all we would see.
12-9. And MVP got to be feeling the burn after that round, but making their way towards 8. Only one smoke available. 3 AKs. It's going to have to be a contact play. They have to walk in and hope they nail the headshots here. Blade's ready for them though, but apparently not ready enough. As they open things up, Sound gets the headshot, but Ordered and Shara chiming in.
Shara still waiting, pushed back a little bit. Body up at the top of that stairwell, too, will make it hard for him to see over top to Palace, but he doesn't need to see there. He just needs to see Sound, who has the bomb, and he's presented it like a gift inside a jungle. Zyne 1 versus 3, and MVP are slipping out of this game quite quickly. They have not picked up a round yet on this terrorist side. Flipside, on the other hand, has now picked up 7.
No bomb planted as well, so there is a buy available there, but you can see 2 players are sub 4K, so you can get 3 AK-47s. 2 of them could get AKs and no Hadamar or go Galils. Looks like they're taking an eco here, which is probably the right call considering not actually getting any control of these bomb sites. But Flipside looking to pick up round number 14. Like you said, MVP not actually arriving in the second half at all. Haven't posted a single round. It's very clean cut so far. Walking towards B. They've got the smokes towards kitchen and window. Presumably maybe one towards short. Nade will do some significant damage though. HSK takes the brunt of it. Shara looking to spray them all down. He's going to have an easy lineup as well. There's 3. He gets 3 kills. It's hardly a difficult task considering the prospect, but still, they all count. Looking for the ace.
Oh,
and
gets
it.
Let's
Let's not be too excited, though.
How many aces that we've seen now? We saw 1 from somebody. We almost saw 1 from Freiburg. There's 1 from Shara. Shara's had a good game, by the way. He was leading at half at 17 kills for his team and tied for top in the server.
It's very true.
He's well and truly ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't the most difficult ace, I have to say. I know my players walking for a smoke. Can't even fire back. That's
they all count.
Still, they all count. You're right.
Just like Hamilton's victories. They're very easy and really don't take much skill, but they all count.
Indeed. 14. Oh, hello. We're back. Well, it does get the first pick. Looking for match points here. Once again, MVP can't find a round here. It's a 5-on-4. Zin has gone down. Or Zyne. Zin? Zyne. We'll go with Zyne.
Zyne. You could channel his inner Zen, maybe. They might need it.
HSK, he's been taken down to 53 as well. And they have got smokes this time. They took an eco on the last round. And he's got the AWP. Bombers towards that A ramp area. Markelov, though, patrolling B pretty much by himself. For the AWP, it's a double AWP setup for the CTs at this point. And HSK all the way back towards T-spawn once again, not really doing too much with this round. Just holding up and hoping the CTs push and give them something to fire at this point. But Blade looking at this kill towards underpass. He has backup from Shara as well, but doesn't want to take the risk, doesn't know what's towards middle. Can't back him up just yet, but they haven't lost a man advantage. That's the important thing.
Nah, certainly. And HSK, though, he's going to try and bring this AWP over and pull that back. You still have to consider that he's going to confront World Edit. Somehow he stays alive in that wide peak. Sound will find Blade. It's Waylander immediately after, though. They're trading it evenly, but it's still Flipside with the advantage as a result of it. That's the problem. And Waylander, he's danced inside of this site, takes Urgency down at the top of connector, and that's going to be it. That's going to be map point for Flipside. Very quickly, you have to say, from 9-6 at half, they now lead 9-15. And there's been nothing coming out of the way of tactical execution, aside from the one round where they get to B, and then somehow take the bomb to A from MVP. And a lot of the rounds they won on the CT side as well. I mean, sure, give them credit where credit is due in terms of aim and specifically with pistols, but they were mistakes made by Flipside in that sense.
Here's that ace you loved.
Yeah, I didn't say love. Just said they all count.
Oh, yeah.
See, that was awkward.
Oh, we're back. Okay. Match points. NTSK, no AWP, Tech 9, 4 AKs. They have got utility. Just go to straight away execute. Pretty simple procedure for play to get that first kill. Waylander could be in trouble here, though, but the smoke lands just in time. That's going to delay the terrorists, and it seems like it's over. They have pretty stifled coming in one by one. And that's going to be it. We do say goodbye to MVP Project, unfortunately for them. A promising first half, Matt. Some very exciting rounds, and you can see Flipside were against the ropes at one point, but they fought back, got 9-6 in the first half, and unfortunately for the Korean side, couldn't get anything going on the second half at all. 0 rounds found, a clean sweep of Flipside. And I guess they're probably a little bit relieved after that first half. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I think they were looking very frustrated at one point, but they did keep going. They didn't call the timeout. They stuck with it. I mean, we know the CIS teams can be a little more volatile. Yeah, exactly. But they kept it together. That was the big thing. No one really got too tilted, too triggered. Well, we do see some memeing going on between them. But, I mean, that's the big thing. They stuck with it. And a lot of the mistakes we talked about as well.
Someone move the camera, please. That's asking for trouble.
Yeah. And you see G2 prepping for their next game versus
That's
FaZe.
the big one. That's the next hot game of the day, I think we've been calling it.
Well, the winners' matches typically are, but it's bye-bye to MVP, and credit where credit's due. They turned things around today. They did show some good form on CT. A lot of them were mistakes from Flipside. I did make mention of it, to be fair, but T-side, non-existent.
Yeah.
But like they said on the desk, too, they get something to take home and prepare from.
Yeah, we were expecting something maybe a little bit more exciting in terms of the CT side from what we saw from Tyloo. I was starting to see some different approaches to the game and like not so much of a European style, but they did have some exciting moments. Designed towards the Palace area. He was very aggressive and trying to find those first picks. It wasn't as innovative as the Tyloo stuff, but still an interesting game nonetheless. Flipside, though, in the end, pretty convincing from what we saw in the second half. But I'd love to hear what the analysts have to say about this one, see if they can break it down and see where Flipside made the majority of the mistakes, I think, in the first half, working against themselves in many procedures.
Terrible defaults to start things off.
But we'll take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, don't go anywhere. The analysts will be right back. Oh, no. It's happening.
They were supposed to go to...
Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Getting tired of playing with the usual skins, but don't have enough money to buy a new one? Get rich fast with CSGoFast.com. CSGoFast. It's a strong chance of winning in every game. Several rooms with different game modes. Daily, more than 1,000 games, 5,000 players, and 25,000 skins at stake. You don't need much in order to sweep the board.
Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and StarCraft 2, the largest contests in the history of esports among the national teams. World Electronic Sports Games, the World Championship with the total prize pool of $4.5 million. Registration for Europe and CIS regions is open. The finals will be held from October 6 to 9 in Kiev, Ukraine. Win your slot in the finals of the World Championship. Register right now.